Good morning, everybody. This is Tone Fernandez here. And this morning, guys, I was getting some reading in. As you guys know, I'm reading The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And today, guys, what he was talking about in this chapter when it comes to success, the success curve in life or the failure curve in life was, basically what he says is success is a step, it's daily habits done over time. Now, the issue is, when you first start to do these habits, the success you can't tell there's success. And then all of a sudden you start to curve up out of nowhere. That's where exponential growth happens. So when you have two people in life who are, one's going down the success curve, the other one's going down the failure curve, it seems at the beginning, that short period of time where they're kind of like, there's not too much different results in both lives. Then all of a sudden one curves down and one curves up. And he said that you can immediately tell what side of the curve that you're on by one habit. And that habit is the habit that most people suffer from. The habit is called blame and responsibility. And that's a big habit. Why? Because you can tell a person who's on the verge of success because he takes full responsibility for everything that happens in their life. And then on the other hand, you can tell a person who's on the failure side of things because they blame everything and everyone. So I wanted to go over a little bit read a little bit about that chapter. And then I'm going to go over 4 tips on how to blame less and how to stop the blame game. So number 1 here, if you want to measure where you are, if you want to know whether you're a success curve, so that's the one curving up, or the failure curve, the one curving down, if you want to access anyone else and determine which curve they're on, here's how. There's one attitude and one state of mind which is overwhelmingly predominant on either side of the curve. It's the predominant state of mind displayed by those people on the failure curve is blame. See, the problem with blame is as soon as we don't get the results in life, we tend to blame others. Oh, it was my mentor's fault. Oh, it was my boss's fault. It was my mom, my dad. And we tend to blame everybody. But then when we're on the success side of things, we take all the credit. So in my opinion, if you're headed in a negative direction in life, it's good to find blame in yourself first. So I want to give you guys 4 tips. I was reading an article today, this morning about blame, because what was the root of this? And I found 4 solutions that are pretty simple, but they might be pretty practical for you guys. Number 1 is believe there's a lesson to be learned. Every time that you're going through a failure in life, before you blame, understand that there is a lesson that the situation is trying to teach you. So you're going through this because there's a lesson in life that will improve you as a person. So that's number 1. Number 2 is admit that you might have helped create the problem. See, a lot of times we basically put the blame on other people, but there's certain things that we could have done that could have controlled the situation a little bit better. So understand that you're part of the problem as well. Number 3, take some alone time and review the situation. Sometimes we get caught up in the moment and the emotions of things, and we don't take time to sit down and say, well, you know what? Maybe I could have done this, or maybe in this situation could have went that way if I would have said this, and this. So reflect on the situation. And then number 4, most importantly, let go and detach yourself from the problem. So many times we go through problems in life that we dwell on it and we dwell on it, and then we're continuously blaming somebody for that problem. Sometimes you got to detach yourself from the problem, say, all right, whatever. And what happens, it allows you to reflect and move on. The more that you dwell on that problem and it eats at your brain, the more you're going to blame people. Man, if he would have did this and he would have did that. That's why there's some people in life who never get to experience success, even when they went through hardships as a kid, or even when they went through hardships as a young adult, because they're always attached to that problem. And until you release from that problem and stop the blame game and just say, hey, this was just a lesson in life that I'm going to learn, and you move on, then that problem's always going to block you from moving forward. I had a gentleman, he grew up, actually a mentor of mine, and he grew up with a father who, was very abusive. Actually, I'm sorry, a mother who was very abusive and really didn't take care of him. And he said that there was one point in his life where it just ate at him. He just blamed his mother for everything. Like, man, it's all her fault. The reason why I'm not successful. And then one day he decided to forgive, move on, and detach himself from that problem. Coincidentally, a few months later is when he had huge success, not only in his personal life, but in his business. So, those are quick 4 steps and stop blaming. If you have that characteristics of blaming other people for everything that's going on in your life, then it's going to be hard for you to succeed, because you're not taking full responsibility. You're not learning from the situation, and you don't have an opportunity to grow. So the number one detector of somebody who is on the success curve going up in life or the failure curve going down is if they take blame and responsibility themselves, or they blame somebody else. So I wanted to share that quickly with you guys, because I think I've been a person to do that myself. When I went through a hard time in my life, I immediately went to the blame game, and I realized it was just a nasty habit, and it was something that a lot of us do. I always hear it from people's mouth when I have conversations with them, and they're going through hard times. If this person would have done this, and this person would have done that, and maybe I would have. And it didn't allow them to grow. It didn't allow them to take responsibility and grab the situation by the horns and just really get out of that situation. So if you want to be a better person, more successful person, eliminate the blame game. Take full responsibility in life for your situation, and eventually you'll get out of that. So appreciate everybody for jumping on. What's up, Adam, man? Long time no see, brother. Hope all is well. As always, your success is important to me, guys. I'll see you guys out there on the field. If you did like this video, feel free to tag somebody, comment below. Would love your feedback here at the bottom. Share the video, share it with your network that may find value in this. And as always, your success is important to me, guys. Take it easy.